Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today, we are going to be doing a pick a card reading that's going to be guided by our tea leaf fortune card oracle astral house cards. So I will flip the cards over so you can make a selection based off of like basically a life topic if you want to do it that way, or you can pause the video now, do your meditation, and select your group just intuitively with the cards face down. All of the links to the groups will be in the description below. So group 1, marriage. 2, success. 3, career. So these are going to be the guiding energies for our conversations today. If you need to pause the video right now to meditate on which group you believe your message is in, you can do that right now. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So the focus of our conversation today is going to be on marriage. So we are going to start off with some tea leaf messages. I'm going to pick a couple of tea leaf messages. What messages do we have? Marriage for group number 1. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, interesting. A lot of people happening. All right. Okay, so marriage. Okay, let's see what we have. All right, so we have a young man, dealings or relationships with a younger man. We have teardrops, great personal sorrow. Okay. 4-leaf clover, good fortune, older man, and man. So this is about to sound super sarcastic, but there's a good chance that there's going to be a man involved, a younger man, an older man, and or a man. So, yeah, okay. Okay, so these are the messages that I'm getting. The first kind of clear message that came to mind was this idea of teardrops, the older man, and the good fortune. I feel like this is just reminds me of like the father of the bride crying at the wedding, or the groom crying at the wedding. So I just feel like tears will be shed, but I feel like they're good tears. Like they're not so okay, this is great personal sorrow. I feel like it's good, but it's like a change, a transformation. So obviously, for example, like a father marrying his daughter off, it's tears of sorrow, but it's also tears of joy, like seeing his baby girl or whatever, move on to a different phase of her life where he is not the primary focus anymore, or the primary male influence in her life. I feel like it's one of those bittersweet moments. So I definitely feel that as well. Yeah, I feel like just a lot of masculine energy as well. Just this idea of could be like brothers or like a father and sons. It could have something to do with like either your father and like your brothers, or your spouses or potential spouses, father and sons, I feel like involved in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like in general, there's a lot of bittersweet energy going on here. So could be the loss of a son, I just got like maybe losing someone to war or battle or something like that. But I do see in future situations like this idea of good fortune around an elder. Could be, this isn't very happy, but losing an elder, that bringing you fortune, like maybe an inheritance or something like that. That was sad. I'm sorry. Okay, so I think we're going to add some tarot cards to the conversation. Upside down. Okay. Let's see. What messages do we have about marriage? Really happier than we've kind of been talking about. I feel like marriage or partnership in general could be the interpretation for this one as well. All right. Really strong masculine influence. The moon. Imagination. We have the Four of Shells. Interesting. Okay. The Five of Crystals. Very interesting. So, okay, so this is the first thing that I see. So we have the moon, which is about imagination and perception. Four of Shells, which is about soul searching and just like reevaluation, like boredom as well, and like contemplating the next move. And we have the Five of Crystals, which is about persistence and new possibilities. What first came to mind here is that with the moon energy, this idea almost like of illusion that things aren't necessarily working out the way you thought they would. And I feel like it's got you kind of backtracking a little bit. So it could be reevaluating the relationship, reevaluating your desire to move the relationship forward. And I do see like also the idea of like new possibilities coming from you kind of like pausing and reevaluating what's going on. I'm also feeling here for some of you that maybe this marriage isn't really what you want. Like, a marriage or a partnership, it's more so like something you feel like you need, or something you feel like this is the next step in life, or you and your partner have been together for a period of time and you feel like this is the next move. It's almost kind of like following the next steps, but not necessarily feeling as if inside that this is really what you want. And in the moon energy, I feel like that has recently like come to mind for you. Like that's recently been something you have been willing to acknowledge. And I also feel in the moon energy kind of a different message as well, that it's almost like you're delusional about what the relationship is. So maybe you're deluded into thinking marriage is the next step, but maybe that's not actually the case. Or maybe your partner isn't on the same page as you on that. Because the moon energy can also talk about like illusion. The thing that I like about the owl being represented here is that, you know, owls are their best at nights. And they hunt at night. And they see better in the dark. And I'm feeling a connection with that, the teardrop tea leaf energy. With that, the idea of like being wise and wisdom and gaining wisdom through experience. So there could, I don't know, I feel like this marriage idea, like there could be something tragic or difficult that happens, some sort of difficult lesson that has you reevaluating your position and your thoughts about the relationship and or the person that you were considering being in a relationship with, like shedding tears over that person. And I feel like that may have been like a rift in the relationship, or just like acknowledging it. So we have full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, I feel like this is low-key the issue. Like, just not... almost like finally being realistic about the reality of the situation. That's kind of the message that I'm getting here. I think it's interesting that Cancer energy pops up. We're talking about moon energy, and I feel like it's magnified as well. So we have overcoming any obstacle. Yeah. With the Rhino Spirit here. And the thing that I really love about this card is that in many cases, like, it's saying that, you know, there's a time and a place to have like that, like really aggressive energy where you kind of like plow head first into things. But sometimes like overcoming obstacles is about like finding a different way around it. Sometimes just crashing through is not always the right way. Like having finesse and being creative about how you overcome a situation is also important. And for this particular conversation, I feel like there's a lot of emotions involved. I feel like it's a very high emotional situation with marriage and a potential disconnection from the relationship, a potential breakup or something going on. But I do see you overcoming an obstacle, you overcoming the obstacle, you resolving, finding resolution, moving forward to what's going on here. That's definitely what I see here. Yeah, I'm just feeling some conflict is what I'm getting here. So whether that's a disagreement or something with the partner, or with the partner's family, like if they have a brother or something like that, or father, getting into kind of a scuffle potentially with them. We have Angelite, support is all around you. So I do feel like, you know, through this hard time, looking to your friends and loved ones for emotional support. And we have Tiger's Eye, overcoming your fears. So I'm also getting, maybe for some of you, there's some cold feet type of energy going on. And maybe moving to this next phase of your life. Like I said, it may have not necessarily been what you felt ready for. It's just something you felt like was the next step that you needed to do. And I feel like you might be a little scared. And that could be because you're not quite ready yet. Or I also feel like you could be ready and you're just like, it's just you need to overcome the anxiety or feelings of like failure or inadequacy, things like that. Those lies that we tell ourselves sometimes. So we have persevere with our pine energy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's really connected to our rhino spirit as well. Like this idea of perseverance and like kind of continuing on and trudging through the difficulty and the hardship to get to the prize. We have Siolo, which is the keyword subdue, and I feel like that's related to the fears, like subduing your fears and pushing aside those lies again that we tell ourselves. We limit ourselves, telling ourselves that we can or cannot do certain things. And I feel like we need to push that down. And then we have our daylily ephemeral. So this idea that things are fleeting, that time is not infinite. And know that, you know, this time, if it's a time of like confusion or uncertainty, that it's not going to last forever. And also know that if you're stalling an opportunity for marriage, for example, like if you were proposed to or something like that, and you're kind of in the thinking stage or consideration stage, just know that everything is not forever, that things are, you know, have an end date, I guess, if you will, or a time limit on them. And then in our nettle, I see tribulation. So again, just some struggle, it feels like. Some struggle, some hardship. But I do see like overcoming that. And just understand that even if there are some hiccups in the road, so say you're engaged or thinking about getting engaged, or you and your partner feel like you're on your way to a committed relationship, I feel like just understanding that there are going to be trials and tribulations with anything that we do. Anything worth doing is going to have a component of it that's going to be difficult for us, that we have to adapt to. And that's not saying that, oh, life just has to be hard. It just, you know, has to be difficult. It definitely does not. But I do feel like, you know, sometimes there are always going to be challenges in parts of our lives, especially the things that matter, because they wouldn't be challenges if they didn't matter to us, because we wouldn't even consider taking them on if it didn't matter. So just know that as well. So if there is a hiccup in this relationship or marriage or some sort of conflict, just know that that's not the end all be all. That's not the final countdown, if you will, or the final conversation to be had. So we also have the attraction of opposites, seduction, temptation, magnetism, coupling, passionate encounters. So I do feel like for some of you, again, like if there are struggles or delays in your relationship, I feel like at the end of the day, the attraction between the two of you is there, is the message that I'm getting here, that you have a really strong attraction to this person. For some of you, it could be like an unhealthy connection, just a lot of like sexual energy and passionate energy, magnetism. Almost sounds like it's maybe not the most healthy of situations. So, I mean, I feel like I would take, you know, again, going back to our, I want to say Four of Shells energy. Yeah, Four of Shells energy, this idea of reevaluation, you know, looking at it like, are you really in love? Is this really your life partner? Or is this person just really physically satisfying to you? Do do you really like to look at them and really like to be physical with them, but maybe they really get on your nerves in other parts and pieces of life. Think about that too. Like, really strongly consider the fact that you're going to be sharing space with this person and dealing with all of their nonsense as well when it comes to marriage and a more long-term partnership. And then we have the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. So I feel like that's an interesting message here. I feel like for those of you, again, who feel as if this is your person, even though there may be challenges, I feel like also taking a softer approach as well. Like I said in the beginning, I felt a lot of like really intense masculine energy with all of the younger man, older man, man. It just felt like a lot of masculine energy. And I feel like one of our really bold messages is about introducing a more feminine energy, like a feminine approach, like a softer approach. We have our Cancer, we have our moon energy. Excuse me. We have this heart of the matter. To me is a very like, heart reminds me of like a soft, like nurturing kind of energy. I feel like the message here is, instead of letting tempers fly, emotions fly, tears and being offended or being upset, really look at it from a more emotionally grounded, emotionally neutral perspective, and ask yourself, really evaluate whether or not this is what you want. Is this the type of connection that you want? Is this the type of relationship that you are looking for? And be realistic with yourself about that as well. I feel like someone needs to hear this, that you're not too old. This isn't it. This isn't the end sort of deal. If this is not your person, if you're not feeling it in your heart down to the soles of your feet, then consider that, like, this isn't the end. Like, feeling like, just don't settle for something because you feel like you're running out of time. I definitely feel like you have time, though not infinite, you still have enough, and you want to make the right decision, especially when it comes to handing your heart over to someone else. You want to make sure that they are the right fit for you and that the two of you are going to have a really positive life together. Again, for the most part, obviously there's going to be issues in every relationship, but we're talking about holistically having an enjoyable experience with someone. So definitely lean on your support group. I'm getting here. The support could come from a masculine energy person in your life, a father, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a male cousin specifically. That's what I'm getting here. Just trying to get, insight and guidance. Of course, these people would want to be like wise people that you would want to actually get advice from, and trust what they have to say to you, that it's going to be in your best interest. So yes, I'm going to do a quick yes or no here. So you can pause the video now to hold a yes or no question. There's going to be 3 groups to choose from. Hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind. Now I'm just going to lay them out, and then you can pause the video there if you need to continue to think of your question or to meditate on which group to select before I turn them over. Okay, so this is group 1, group 2, and group 3. pause now if you need to. All right, group 1, the answer to your question is an affirmative. Of course, if this is in alignment with your life's path and direction. A negative, another time might work. And a positive, indubitably. If it's clear, certain, and unquestionable, then go for it. So these are all the messages that I have channeled for you today, group number 1. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. Also, make sure to check out my Facebook page and my Etsy shop where I curate content to help you on your spiritual journey. Thank you again for your time and your energy and sharing space with me today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose success as your guiding energy today. We're going to go ahead and add some tea leaves to our conversation. What messages do we have for group number 2 around success? Well, I'm thinking money. All right, so we have cup, weeping willow, harp, sun. I think we're going to add one more. Okay, so key was what I saw actually. So we'll add key. Okay. We've got a lot of tea leaves going on here. All right, success. So thinking about, I feel like it could be success in many different ways, shapes, and forms. You could think about that. You could think about it in terms of like pentacle energy, so like money, resources, health, wealth, all of that good stuff. Or you can look at it in the light of success in love. I mean, success can be defined in so many different ways depending on who you are as a person. Okay, so we have, oh, very exciting. Again, our cup energy is you should accept valid criticism. Weeping willow is about family sorrow. Harp energy is about great happiness. Sun is happiness and well-being, and then we have the key, which is successful outcomes to your problems. So our first row is kind of like the time frame closest to now, so within the next 2 days to 2 months. And our bottom row here is about 3 days to 3 months out. So I feel like there might be some difficulty coming right away, right in the next couple days to couple months here, at least surrounding your idea of success when it comes to family, and even something that you do that you care about. You might be receiving some criticism potentially at work or something like that, but I do feel like there is that the struggle, that the challenges, I feel like are going to yield positive outcomes. So, if you're trudging through the mud within the next couple days to couple months here, don't give up. Keep pushing through and know that the sun is definitely coming out. So right surrounding our weeping willow tree here, around this idea of family sorrow, we also have successful outcomes to your problems. So just these two cards next to each other just really screamed root work energy to me. Doing some root work, doing some digging on maybe your ancestry or your past family members, things like that. I had the deck ready. Ancestors be rolling up, trying to share messages with people. I'm usually not prepared, but today. Okay, so we have, I was just feeling a message from your ancestors. So we have 5 of coins. grandchildren, which is star energy, and we have Son of Coins. So lots of coin energy. Yeah, so 5 of Coins, again, I'm getting like that strife, that struggle, potentially earlier on. But I feel like the message here from your ancestors is that moving forward, this idea of legacy, this idea of growth and exploration. So I feel like if you have an opportunity to grow your understanding, grow your knowledge, that is going to yield a positive outcome for you. And then this idea of grandchildren, I feel like children in general are like the beacon of hope. They are like the sunshine, I feel like, because they're so innocent and they come into this world completely clueless of all of the ups and downs and lefts and rights that life could take. And I feel like their sunny disposition about life and hope and happiness is like that positive. It's like the star in the sky, like the star in the darkness, the beacon that draws us to the promised land, I feel like. So I feel like just this idea of hope and this idea of stretching your knowledge and your information, and as you pursue education and understanding and knowledge and wisdom, I feel like that is going to bring you success. So with the sun energy also right next to family sorrow and the key, I feel like this right here is like, again, there's going to be sadness. So it could be finding out something difficult about a family member, or it could just be like losing a family member or something like that. But from that, moving forward, there is going to be some success, some happiness, some joy for you coming out of that, some sort of blessing. It could be in the form of an inheritance as well. So again, with the happiness and the sun is kind of like, the sun is the central energy of the reading I'm feeling, that is shining light on all of these things, and even some of the struggle things, like the idea of criticism. But in criticism, you're going to find much happiness, and you're going to find that criticism is actually going to be really constructive for you and giving you ammunition to move forward in a positive direction. Like, instead of allowing you to be led in the wrong direction and being led astray, somebody is going to offer you criticism that is going to be really positive for you and bring you success. So we're going to add some tarot cards to the conversation here. Oh yeah, we are going all the way in today. All right. So we have the 3 of Acorns. Again, that idea of foresight and exploration. That fire energy is really explorative and pushing towards things that make you happy. I feel like that's also going to get you out of, get you through some of the challenging things that might be coming before the sun shines here for you. So we have the Knight of Acorns, action and drive, a lot of energy here, and then the 3 of Shells, so playfulness and bliss. So yeah. So the messages that I am getting here with these 3 cards is, again, the idea that fire energy, pursuing your passion and your drive. And I feel like your success is going to come for you when you are doing something that is in alignment with your purpose, when you're doing something that taps into your creative potential and something that you truly enjoy doing. I feel like that success that you're looking for, financial success, as well as just like happiness and positivity and being excited about waking up every day, being excited to go to work in quotation marks or to make a living. And in that 3 of Shells energy, I just have this message to like connect with those that you love, your friends and your family. This idea of a social energy and also enjoying life. Like, yes, we pursue and we push and we achieve, but life is all about balance, and balance includes play and having fun. You know, that sun energy is also about having fun, and that whimsical kind of childish energy of enjoying life. That success is not all about achievement for us worker bees out there, but life is also about enjoying the journey, enjoying the ride. So we have the bat spirit, which is about rebirth. A rebirth is assured. Getting some 5 energy rolling through too. But this idea of rebirth to me is like transformation. I feel like you're going to be transitioning or transforming. It could be partly your idea of success. Like if it was just monetary success that was meaningful to you at some point, that your outlook is going to change on that, and you're going to see success in a multifaceted type of way that's going to tap into, oh, look here who we've got. It's going to tap into various different parts of you. So we pulled over the dolphin spirit. 2 dolphin spirits in a row. That is exciting. This and that are true. So I feel like that message is that to not look so one-sided and one-minded about things, like thinking that there's only one way to think about something. For example, making money. Like the only way you can make money is to have a job. The only way you're going to be successful is to insert limiting belief here. I feel like the dolphin spirit energy is all about expansive energy with, saying this and that are true. Understanding that making money from a job is true, and so is making money as an entrepreneur is true, or doing what you love is true. So not limiting your opportunities by having a limited mindset. Then we have the Shungite, which is detox your life. Yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing here really is this idea of pushing out old thoughts that aren't serving you. If you're unhappy in your job, then change your limiting belief that the only way you're able to make money, the only way you're able to survive and pay your bills is by having a job. Detox, push it out of your life. Get rid of it. It's not serving your purpose and your happiness and your joy, which is really the guiding energy of our conversation today. Black kyanite here is set strong boundaries. So I feel like I got the message with we all know people who will kind of just slide over the line, will take advantage if given the opportunity. So make sure that you set strong boundaries and that you're not giving people the opportunity to take advantage of you. That's also going to make you feel better. I don't know about you, but like when somebody runs into one of my boundaries that I set really strong and they run head first into it and like ricochet off the wall, rubbing their head, it makes me feel really good, because it makes me feel like, yes, like that is not something that you can run through. That is not something that you can violate. That is my expectation. That is my boundary, and you will respect it or you will walk away with a headache. I mean, I legitimately feel good about that. So set strong boundaries. Like you might think you're being mean or something like that, but you're not. You're not. And doing it and not setting boundaries is actually being mean to yourself. So think about that. So we have daylily here, and this idea of ephemeral, which is that things don't last forever, that there is a timeline or time frame, if you will, to things. So it could be opportunities, and it could also be just like having a moment a moment of peace, a moment of joy, that these things don't last forever. You know, the sun shines, yes, but eventually the sun sets, and, you know, then it's nighttime. And then the next day it might rain. You never know. So I feel like enjoying the moments that you have, the beautiful moments that you have, the people that you have around you. I feel like enjoying that while you have it is very important message for you. And in Elder, I see this idea of ritual to me is about routines. It's about developing healthy routines for yourself that are going to, they're going to help you accomplish the things that you're setting out to accomplish. For example, I feel like part of a ritual would be the boundary setting. And also like self-care. And just being rigorous about these things that you set goals for. And for my mutable people, my mutable signs out there, not swaying from these, like not allowing yourself to like talk yourself into allowing some of these things that should be concrete to be moved, for example. But this idea of routine, I feel like, especially around self-care and around communication with the people that you love, make a routine about it. If you and your sister don't talk but once every 2 months because you guys get so busy, then schedule a time to talk to your sister or something like that. That was obviously just an example. So we have the arousing as well as darkening of the lights. So in darkening of the light, I do see this idea of keeping a low profile, looking inward. To me, it just really reminds me of like hermit energy almost, like kind of going off, and hermit energy and like temperance energy. Like keeping a low profile, not doing anything too flashy or too crazy, just really like kind of staying in your zone and like growing yourself, nurturing yourself, and pulling yourself up. Also like protecting yourself as well. And in the arousing, I do see this idea of dramatic power shift. So it does remind me of tower energy, but I do feel like this is related to our conversations around ritual and boundaries. I feel like that's going to be a big shock for some of you, but I feel like that is a strong message here in order to solidify your success in life, is having really strong boundaries and pushing negative energy out of your life as well. Creating rituals around the sacred spaces of your life. So your hearts, your time, the things that you care about. And not allowing people to violate those spaces in your life. So I feel like, the arousing and then the bat spirit energy is really kind of like a shocking energy, meant to like kind of a wake-up call almost for you. And understanding that it's going to be a challenge for you. But you know what? If success was easy, everybody would be successful. But everyone isn't successful. And I feel like that's because a lot of people don't define success with their own like self and their own spirit and guide and their own like energy. They define success by other standards, by media or pop culture or whatever. And they limit themselves and trap themselves into feeling inadequate or like they will never reach success. And it's like, no, you define your own success. Like, what the heck do you want out of life is really the grand question that this is really answering. So this concludes the base message, and we are going to do a yes or no here at the end. So hold your yes or no question in your mind. If you need to pause to think of your yes or no question, you can do that. There will be 3 options that I lay out for you to choose from. You can definitely pause the video once I lay them out, because I'll lay them out upside down, and then you can pause the video and meditate and contemplate on which card has your message in it. All right, yes or no. Here we go. So the answer to your question, group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. Pause the video right here if you need to think about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to flip them right over. So we have a negative response for group number 1. Doesn't sound like the right fit. You bet. An affirmative answer. Only if you're willing to risk something you value. And again, think of value as like time, energy, resources, things like that, not necessarily just monetary. And then group number 3 is a negative response. You do not have all the time in the world. Is this worth such a precious, finite resource? And I feel like we already have been talking about that throughout our conversation today, about time being a resource, being precious. And you do have time to achieve success in life, but don't have time to just waste it frivolously away on other random things. But also understand that sometimes learning what you don't want and what you don't need and what you will not accept is just as important as knowing what you will accept, because, you know, those things work in tandem with each other. Sometimes it's difficult to understand what we like and what we want when we have not experienced what we do not like and what we do not want. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you today, group number 2. I hope this was enlightening for you. If something hit home, make sure to drop a comment and let me know. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so YouTube lets you know when I upload a new video. I appreciate your time and energy. Check out my Facebook page and my Etsy shop, where I curate content to help you on your spiritual journey. Thanks again for your time, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you selected career to be your guiding energy for today's reading. We're going to go ahead and start off by selecting some of our tea leaves. All right, so what do we have for messages for our career folks? Oh. Got a little happy. How many do we have? Okay. Hey, did I get enough? Yeah, my counting skills are accurate. Okay, cool. Is this too much light for? Sorry. Ow. Okay, got lots of tea leaf cards over here. I'll put them back. All right, so career. My career-oriented folk. What? Can you see the cards better, or is that just dark? Well, I don't know. I feel like you can kind of maybe see them a little bit better. All right. It feels very dark in here right now, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, so we have our staff. Broken ring. Interesting. Carriage. pale, and flowers. So in the next 2 days to 2 months, we have staff energy, which is you'll be taken care of in difficult times. We have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So that is interesting. So basically like a bond breaking. And then we have in the next 3 days to 3 months, we have carriage energy, which is a journey either physical or mental. Pale, time to get out of a situation. And flowers, happiness. Okay, so I am seeing in general for some of you this idea of a business arrangement or a business partnership breaking and getting out of that situation. So parting ways in business with somebody, and that bringing you happiness, that bringing you joy. I'm feeling like it even could be getting out of the job that you're in, parting ways from that opportunity and finding something that brings you happiness and brings you joy. It could also, you know, with the broken ring and the staff, this idea of like losing a job, even like being forced out of a job. But I feel like the staff energy is still saying that you're going to be taken care of. I do feel like whatever the situation is that you're coming out of is not something that you really want to be in anyway. But I do feel like even at the end of it, like getting out of that situation is going to be positive for you. It's going to bring you joy, bring you happiness. The journey, like I said, it could be in relationship to getting out of your current job, whether that is you leaving or maybe getting fired or something like that. But knowing that severing that relationship is going to actually open you up to more opportunities to pursue a career that you enjoy being in. So we're going to add some tarot cards to our conversation. So we have Temperance, Balance, and Harmony. Whenever I see Temperance, it's always like super like low-key energy to me. Like, keep it low-key. Stay under the radar. Don't do anything super wild or crazy. So if you are considering like starting a business, don't go way overboard. Start doing something like small, and you know, like if it's a work for like a from home situation where you're able to you know, start your business online or something like that, something with low overhead, something that's not super dramatic and expensive. 5 of Shells, Hope and Readjustment. Yeah, readjustment, I'm really vibing with, again, with that idea of the broken ring and the carriage energy and the pale energy. I am feeling like this idea of readjustment or even like rethinking. Like the carriage energy is also about taking a journey mentally as well. So to me, that's like thinking about like your career. If you're here because you're not certain if you are where you should be, then like taking a journey mentally and deciding mentally and like in your heart space and with spirit and determining whether or not this is really where you should be, or if there's another career path that is going to bring you joy and fulfillment. Happiness. Flowers. All right, so we also have the Wheel, which is about change and possibility. Yeah, so I'm just really vibing hard with all of this change and transformative energy. Just looking at the wheel, or I'm sorry, the octopus. My brain stopped functioning for a second. Just looking at the octopus, you know, they can camouflage. They can blend into their surroundings and change what they look like in order to avoid predators and things like that. So this idea of changing, morphing, and like traversing life from a different perspective. And also thinking like this idea of balance to me for my career-oriented folk, my achievers, balance is so critical. Like life isn't all about work. It's not all about achievement. It's not all about career. It's not even all about figuring out what you want to do in life. It's also about enjoying life. It's also about finding the people we love as well as finding the things that we love. So we have Cat Spirit here. Claim your independence. Again, I feel like it's that journey, that moving away, that leaving where you are career-wise and moving on to something that's more fulfilling for you. And independence really suggests like being your own boss, like being an entrepreneur. Or even it could be referring to like breaking away from like I don't know, an overbearing energy, like somebody who's in control of your career instead of you being in control of your career. Like going to a place, even if you stay in like a job or you move to another job, like going to a place that like doesn't have a glass ceiling to your possibilities and allows you to have autonomy, if that's something that you value, which I feel like you do. And then we have the Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. So I definitely feel in this message here that you're not alone. Again, like you can be independent and still be not alone. And like I said, it was about balance and also connecting with other people, like the people that you love, and enjoying life, that you're not alone in life. And that Spirit does have a plan for you. And that plan is the plan that your spirit, in cahoots with Spirit, Universe, God, made together. So it's not like you weren't a part of the creation of the plan. That's how I know for sure that the plan is going to be fulfilling for you. It's going to be bring you joy and happiness and harmony, because your spirit made the plan with Spirit. And your spirit wouldn't do something that would not be enjoyable for you, would not be a good outcome for you. So we have Apophyllite, which is stay positive, for all my worry warts out there. We have Appetite, get out of your comfort zone. Again, just a lot of like moving on, leaving, like that sort of energy just keeps coming back over and over again in our reading today. This idea of progress and forward motion, getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new, believing in yourself is also the message that I'm getting too. Like, don't be afraid to believe that you are capable of being successful. Your success is, you can do it, for those of you who are afraid. Okay, and then we have Epidote, go deeper, as well as Pyrite. Let the money flow in. Oh, yeah, that was probably a little much, but I had to. It was so necessary. let the money flow in. And I think that's so interesting that it's like this idea of give the universe permission to bless you. Stop standing in your own way. Release control over everything and allow spirit to fill your coffers to overflowing. Go deeper. I feel like that's like go deeper inside of yourself to figure out what you want to do. And like spirit has a plan, go deeper. I feel like the message there is for you to be in a spiritual place and tap into your spiritual intelligence, because I feel like the answer is there for you. You just have to dig deeper. You have to get out of your comfort zone and dig deeper. So like meditation, spending time in nature, really spending time in your mind, but not in like a frantic, stressed out, like worrying energy. Not that. Coming from a place of peace, coming from a place of calm, coming from a positive position, and a position where you are standing strong with spirit, and asking for guidance, and not coming from a place of like being fearful about what the answer is going to be, because it's going to be a good answer, like I talked about a little bit earlier. And then we have cattail, which is all about building. So I'm just really getting this idea of like you building a business, you building some sort of business or company or something like that, where you're doing something you love that's in alignment with your life's purpose and it making you money. But in order to do that, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to try some new things. You're going to have to dig deeper to figure out what this talent or idea or whatever it is, what this desire is that you have in your heart to do. And then in Juniper, this idea of like invigoration. So I do feel like all of this effort that we're going through, all of this digging deeper, this positive energy, this tapping into spirit and meditation and connecting with yourself on all levels, and not just like staying in your head or feeling like you need to be working, doing things with your hands and working out in the world, but really tapping into all the different parts of yourself is going to get you out of your comfort zone, but it's also going to invigorate you. It's going to bring life through your body, from like the inner core of your being out through your entire body. It's going to fill you up with energy and excitement, that which you will need to start on this new journey of independence and of growth, where you will be readjusting to basically a life of your own making. Not a life that is a product of, someone else's decisions, but also understanding that, it's okay to switch things up, to change, to pivot as you go through life. So as you embark on this adventure, just know that there isn't necessarily one right answer to this. There isn't necessarily one right direction to go. It's really just about feeling it out and doing what is right for you, and what feels right for you as you go along. And it's okay to reconsult as you learn different things about what you like and what you don't like and what you're interested in. And don't feel like you have to get the answer right, like on the first try. Because again, there isn't necessarily a right answer. The right answer is the answer that allows you to live a life of balance and harmony and peace. And it might take you a bit to get there, I feel like is the main message. So our culminating message, our culminating energy here is this idea of treading. It's about self-awareness here. responsible actions. So I do also feel like with the Temperance energy, and I feel like this feels to me like emotional groundedness. Like being emotionally grounded, not being excitable or nervous or kind of like sporadic emotionally, but being very calm, balanced, and paced, and approaching all of these things in a place of peace, in a place of calm, and tackling them with it's almost like when you know the end of a story. Like when you're watching a movie that you've already seen before, you're not really on the edge of your seat because you know what the ending is going to be. You know what the outcome is going to be. And I feel like for some of you, it might be challenging for you to go through a new experience in a place of calm and a place of peace. But I feel like that's kind of the challenge for you, is this idea of like just going through this with a sound mind and knowing that things are going to change and, things are going to get switched up and you might have to pivot in the middle of something or balance something out. And I feel like the message for you, the challenge for you, is to almost like graciously go with the flow and not be really anxious about things. I definitely feel like that is the final message and a challenge for you just in general, like moving forward with that challenge. Yes. Okay. So these are the general messages that I had today. And then our final thing we're going to do here is a yes or no. So as I shuffle, hold the yes or no question in the forefront of your mind. If you need to pause the video to really give your yes or no question a thought, you can go ahead and do that. There are going to be 3 options that I'm going to lay out and for you to choose from. So you can pause when I've laid all 3 of them out upside down, and then I will flip them all over. So, yes or no? Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. So the answer to your yes or no question, Group 1, is it's an affirmative. So it says absolutely. View the situation without influence of outside things, people, or opinions. Again, I felt like our conversation today was really this idea of independence, this idea of formulating your own thoughts and taking your life into your own hands. So you definitely want to make sure, at least especially I should say at this point in time, thinking about things, viewing situations, any opportunities, any additions to your life from without influence from outside voices. Group number 2, the answer to your yes or no question is a negative. So it says not this time. And group number 3, the answer to your question is an affirmative. No problem. Are you going out of your way? Are other parts of your life going to suffer? So I feel like this is saying it is an affirmative answer if indeed it is not going to cause you any problems, if you're not going out of your way, if your other responsibilities aren't going to suffer because of whatever this thing is that you're asking about. So these are the messages that I have channeled for you today, group number 3, focused on career. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content to help you on your spiritual and life journey. Again, thank you so much for your time and your energy and sharing space with me today, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye.